Inside a prison, this man works as a teacher.
Guys!
His job is to teach the prisoners, especially those who have committed the most serious crimes. He is a calm, respected man who believes everyone can change. But one day, something very strange happened. While he is teaching a group of prisoners, he suddenly hears a loud, strange voice coming from the bathhouse.
But you took something from me, Charlie.
A place where prisoners go to wash. So he quickly gets up and rushes to see what is happening. When he reaches the bathroom, what he sees is shocking beyond words. There, standing in the shower area, he sees a prison very dangerous and feared person. Everyone in the prison is terrified of him because he's known for being tough and not afraid to hurt others. His heart pounds as he looks at him. The man is already angry and aggressive. Without warning, he is suddenly grabbed by the man's strong hands and presses him against the wall.
Name on those notebooks. It's like if you begged me to find you.
With a frightening strength, he pushes him hard and is about to hurt him. The prison teacher is completely shocked and terrified. He sees the sharp blade in the man's hand, one that he's been sharpening for years, probably to threaten or hurt someone. In that moment, he realizes he is in serious danger. He doesn't want to die like this, not in a violent way, not here, not today. His mind races as he tries to think of a way out. Welcome back to Movie Now. I don't have many subscribers, but your single comment is a ray of hope to motivate me.
Give you all my money.
The movie introduces us to Charles and his family at the beginning. They are a regular family, like many of us. Charles, Diana, and Amy are a happy family. Charles is the father, and he truly loves his wife and daughter. He's someone who cares about his family and tries his best to make them happy. Each morning, they eat breakfast together, saying their goodbyes before Charles leaves for work. Charles works at a big company, and he's very busy. Because of his job, he's often away from home, missing out on some family moments. But even with his busy schedule, Charles really cares about his wife Diana and their daughter Amy. Charles is a good man who fears God and wants to do the right thing. But life isn't always easy. Sometimes, because of work and responsibilities, he doesn't get to spend as much time with his family as he'd like. Still, he tries his best. Today, Charles is about to go on a train ride to work, just like many of us commute every day. On his way, he meets someone special, Lucinda. Lucinda is a friendly girl. She's kind, pleasant, and easy to talk to. When Charles sees her, he feels comfortable and happy. They begin talking about their work, their families, and their lives. Charles learns that Lucinda is married too, which makes him feel a little better because he's not alone in his situation. He shares that his daughter Amy is very sick. She has diabetes, and it's a tough illness to handle. For 5 years, Charles and his family have been saving money to pay for her treatment. It's a difficult journey, but they're determined to do whatever it takes to help Amy get better. When Lucinda hears this, she wishes her own daughter could get the help she needs too. The next day, Charles and Lucinda keep meeting each other on the train at the same time. Their friendship grows stronger. They talk more about their lives, their hopes, and their worries. Charles begins to feel happier just knowing someone cares and understands what he's going through. One day, Charles tells Lucinda that she's a very kind person. He wants to thank her, so he asks her to have lunch with him. They go to a restaurant, sharing a meal and talking about their dreams and struggles. It's a nice moment, but little do they know that things are about to get complicated. Later, they decide to have some drinks together at a bar. As they relax and enjoy each other's company, something unexpected happens. Both of them start feeling a little different. They kiss. Yes, they cheat on their spouses. They ignore their feelings of guilt and decide not to stop what they've started. They rent a small apartment nearby and spend the night together. But life is about to take a dark turn. That night, as Charles sleeps, a stranger, whose name is LaRoche, breaks into their house. Without warning, LaRoche begins to beat Charles badly, wounds him, and robs him of everything he has: money, valuables, and peace of mind. What's even worse, LaRoche then insults Charles and Lucinda, calling them terrible people because they were cheating on their spouses. LaRoche is furious and disgusted. After the robbery, LaRoche does something horrifying. He hurts Lucinda too. She's heartbroken and crying, feeling helpless and scared. Charles wakes up from being unconscious, sees Lucinda crying, and suddenly remembers everything that happened. His mind is filled with regret. He wants to do the right thing. He tells Lucinda to report the crime to the police and tell the truth, but Lucinda is scared. She explains that if the police find out she cheated, her husband might kill her. She says she's willing to bear any pain, just to keep safe. Charles feels terrible. He goes back home that night, trying to forget what happened. But then, strange things start to happen. Someone calls him from an unknown number. The caller says he's a policeman who caught him the night before. The man's name is LaRoche, and he's blackmailing Charles. LaRoche says he was there that night. He is the one who got Charles robbed, beaten, and hurt. He also says he has Charles's phone and knows where Charles lives, along with his wife and daughter. Now, LaRoche demands $10,000 from Charles. If Charles doesn't pay him, LaRoche promises to reveal everything to his wife, and that could ruin his life. Charles is shocked and scared. He knows his wife would be furious if she found out what he did. He's desperate. So, he gives LaRoche the money, $10,000, hoping it will make him go away. But LaRoche isn't finished. He calls again, demanding more money, $50,000 this time. Charles has no choice. He borrows money from friends and family. He's desperate to protect his family. LaRoche keeps threatening him, saying he knows where Charles works and even his wife's phone number. Charles is terrified. He feels trapped. Eventually, LaRoche shows up at Charles's house, introducing himself to his wife and daughter. Charles is stunned. How did LaRoche find them? He didn't expect him there. Now, Charles is even more scared. LaRoche demands more money, $100,000 this time, and threatens to kill his daughter if he doesn't pay. And just like that, LaRoche kidnaps Lucinda, right from their own apartment. He tells Charles that if he doesn't give him the money, he will kill her. Charles is desperate. He gives LaRoche the money, believing it's the only way to save Lucinda. LaRoche and his men beat up Charles and Lucinda, leaving them hurt and helpless. Charles is heartbroken. All the money they saved for Amy's treatment is gone in an instant. His wife is devastated when she finds out they've lost everything in just one day. Charles feels lost and hopeless. He tells his wife that they've lost the money, and she's devastated. She asks how all their savings disappeared so quickly. Charles feels terrible. He wishes there was a way to fix everything. He tries to find LaRoche again, hoping she can help. But when he goes to her apartment, he's shocked. Someone tells him that Lucinda doesn't live there. No one has ever heard of her. The more he searches, the more confused he becomes. Could she have set him up? Did she lie to him? Finally, Charles spots her at the train station, watching her from afar. He waits and observes. Then, to his shock, he sees Lucinda kiss someone else, someone who was with her all along. Everything he suspected turns out to be true. Lucinda wasn't who she seemed to be. She was working with LaRoche all along, planning to steal from him. Charles is furious now. He follows Lucinda and her new friend, her next target, determined to find out more. The next day, he sees them going into a hotel. LaRoche then sneaks in after them, trying to open the door. But Charles catches him and takes his gun and beats him up badly. He then drags him inside the room. They are planning to rob someone else, just like they did to him. Charles confronts Lucinda and her partner with anger. He points the gun at her and demands to give him back the money for his daughter's treatment. But the clueless guy tries to step in ready to stop them. But things go terribly wrong. During the confrontation, a gun accidentally goes off, shot, and Lucinda is hit. She dies instantly, leaving Charles stunned and devastated. Charles fights the men with her. In the chaos, LaRoche wakes up. He's badly hurt. Grabbing the gun, he then fires. Suddenly, the new guy who is innocent dies. Charles then quickly takes the gun from LaRoche and kills him. Police arrive and see the scene. Charles hides in the next room. When the police call him for questioning, he lies, acting confused and telling them he heard gunshot. Tries to explain what happened. Thankfully, the police believe him. He then tries to find the money. He sees one of the hotel staff walking with a bag. Charles then tells the men it is property, proving it by showing his identification. He manages to grab the money hidden in the hotel, money they had stolen from him before, and escapes. When he checks the bag, it's still there, untouched. He's relieved, and with this money, he finally gets the chance to save his daughter. He rushes to her hospital, and after treatment, Amy begins to recover. The family is finally reunited and safe again. Charles's hard journey has come to an end, and they finally get a chance at a new beginning. And now, here's where things get even more shocking. Many months later, Charles is working as a prison teacher. He's helping others and trying to put the past behind him. One day, he finds a strange story written in a book, one that sounds just like his own life. He asks around and finds out that the story's author is actually inside the bathroom, in the prison. Curious and suspicious, Charles heads there quickly. When he gets to the bathroom, he sees the author, who turns out to be LaRoche, the same man we saw at the start. In a shocking twist, LaRoche reveals himself as the real criminal who caused all this chaos. He's the one who wrote the story about Charles, and he's the one who shot and hurt others that day. LaRoche admits that he never died that day and that he's been watching Charles all along. Charles is furious. He confronts LaRoche, angry at how he's been played. LaRoche then grabs a knife, ready to attack. But Charles is quick. He fights back and, in a tense moment, manages to defend himself. The police arrive just in time, and LaRoche is finally arrested. In the end, Charles is exonerated. Justice is served. He walks out of prison a free man, ready to start fresh with his family, knowing that he fought for his life and the truth. And that, my friends, is the wild, emotional story of Derailed from 2005. It's a story about trust, betrayal, and fighting through the darkest times.